Hey there, boys and girls. So today what we're going to do is one more example of op art. Now this time we're going to use our shapes, our knowledge of shapes, and our knowledge of complementary colors, which we went over a little bit in our last op art hand activity. And because you all are pros at op art, I thought it would be fun for us to do one more example of it. Now you already know that op art stands for optical illusion art, which means that artists would try to trick your eye into making you think that you are seeing one thing when you were really seeing another thing. Oftentimes these pieces look like they're either moving or vibrating because of the way that they're drawn and because of the colors that the artist is using. So we are going to do something similar and create this optical illusion that our shapes are hidden within these parallel lines. And for your piece of artwork, you can choose whatever type of shapes you'd like to. I'd like you to choose at least 4 to 5 shapes, different ones that you can put within your piece of artwork. But that's up to you, whatever shapes you would like to use. So let's get to the drawing portion, and this is probably the hardest part of it. You definitely do need a ruler for this because you need to measure out each 1-inch line on your piece of paper. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to make my ruler as straight as possible, and every 1 inch, so every big number on the inch side, I'm going to draw a little line right above the big line that you see next to the number. And I'll actually bring this a little bit closer so you can see. So as you can see on the 1 and the 2, I drew the line right above the big line on the ruler, and I'll do that with the rest all the way at the end of the paper. So on the 3, on the 4, on the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and so on. Please make sure you're not using the centimeter side. The centimeter side is where my hand is resting right now. And those have smaller lines and smaller numbers. You are using the inch side. And all the way to the end of your paper. So now that I'm done with the bottom portion of my paper, I need to bring my ruler straight up, not flipping the ruler at all, just bringing it up, and doing the same exact thing on the top portion of my paper. Marking every 1 inch so that I have 1-inch lines going up and down on my paper. Now, as you can tell, I'm holding my paper in a landscape way, not a portrait way. So as in my paper is sideways, it is long ways, and it is not up and down. So I made these marks so that I know exactly where the 1-inch lines will meet each other. With my ruler, I'm going to go ahead and take it, and I'm going to line the ruler up with the marks that I've made. So on this top line, I know it's a little tough to see, but I am very carefully bringing it up so that my ruler touches both of those little marks, and I'm going to draw a straight line across. So not only do I have exactly 1-inch lines going down the entire piece of paper, they're also completely straight. So we don't have wonky, weird up and down lines all over the place. We have perfect 1-inch lines. And I am just going to draw a straight line across, making sure that my ruler is touching both little marks, and then just drawing the line straight across. And I will do that for the rest of my paper. And I know this part seems difficult, especially if you're not used to doing something like this, so you might have to go back and rewatch this a few times just to fully understand. Please don't get frustrated. I know it's difficult, especially if you're not used to using a ruler, but just try your best with those lines. Now I am going to take my ruler again, and I'm going to just draw the shapes that I've decided to draw in the past. Remember, I am choosing 4 to 5 shapes. The first one that I'm drawing is a triangle. I'll draw a square, a rectangle, and a circle. You can choose whatever shapes you would like to choose, but just make sure you have at least 4 to 5 of them. And for today, this is actually the last part that we'll do. This is actually a quicker video today. But next week we'll get into the coloring process of making your shapes kind of stand out against those vertical lines in the background. And I hope you had fun. I can't wait to see what you guys have come up with. If you want to submit your past pictures to me on my email so that I can put them in an online art gallery, I would love to get those. So please bring those or send those to me if you'd like to. All right, good luck, guys. I'll talk to you in the next one.